he was transported from, now where he might have been pronounced dead at, but if you geographically understand, he was shot on Burnett in South Haven, Mississippi. DeSoto County Sheriff's Department has the person that's charged for this.
In South Haven, Mississippi, 52-year-old Reginald Carroll was shot and killed last week, and 38-year-old Katt Williams has been charged in his death. People we talked to said the two were very familiar with each other. Posts on social media say Carroll was recently on tour with Katt Williams, and multiple people tell WREG.
I have every reason to believe that Reggie Carroll's killing was premeditated. He wasn't just my brother, he was my partner, my friend. We toured together and he always lit up the stage with his talent. Now I have to stop touring.
Let me ask straight up, are you rocking with Katt Williams security or not? Because the man lost his life, and the reason is beyond shocking. They say it all started when somebody left the side door wide open. The crew had just pulled up to that brick bungalow after the tour bus ride. Everybody sat down, grabbed food, and then, boom, they heard the screen door creak open like a warning sign nobody caught in time. Monique was the first to jump up, running toward the front door because she thought someone was coming in through there, but it wasn't the front at all. The danger was slipping in through the side. Inside the house, it was only her, Katt, his security, and 3 regulars who always rolled on tour. No randoms, no extras, just the core team. And yet, that unlocked door turned the spot into a death trap. Now listen, if you ever respected Katt's security, hit that like button and drop ORIP Katt Williams security in the comments right now. Because this man wasn't some nobody. He had been on Def Comedy Jam, he'd hit countless stages, stood next to legends, and never faced a threat like this. But suddenly, inside Katt's own house, gunshots rang out, and his most loyal guard went down. And the wildest part,
the suspect served as security for Williams. WREG Shay Arthur spoke with a lifelong friend of Carroll's who says his family wants answers.
Tonight, many in mourning after the death of 52-year-old comedian Reggie Carroll. But beyond providing laughs, loved ones say he was also a father and a veteran.
I'm kind of like baffled now.
Carroll was killed last week. South Haven police say he was shot at a home on Burton Lane. No one answered the door there today. Since his reported death 6 days ago, WREG has been pushing for answers. So have Carroll's loved ones in his hometown of Baltimore, Maryland.
No one's talking right now.
Camp Earl Mitchell says he's known Reggie for years.
People ask why, they don't understand, because last time everyone talked to him, his spirit is always different. So,
Katt himself dipped out before the cops or the ambulance even arrived. Who leaves like that when someone is bleeding by the side door? The family ain't keeping quiet either. They spilled everything and they want answers. Monique made it clear she isn't stopping until justice is served. She described the whole thing in detail. The sound of the shots still ringing in her ears, the chaos inside that brick bungalow, and how unreal it felt that this even happened in Katt's own registered property. And the way she tells it, the shooter didn't hesitate. He came straight for Katt, aimed at him instantly, and didn't bother with anyone else. That screams targeted hit, not some random break-in. So what was it really? A robbery, a setup, or a straight assassination attempt? People can't stop asking if this was a home invasion gone wrong, or if somebody got sent there on purpose. And if that's the case, then who sent him? Questions keep piling up, and Katt's silence is only making things look worse. Was he involved, or was he just trying to dodge the mess? Fans are side-eyeing him heavy right now because too many details just don't add up. Monique even described the intruder, a man in a face mask pulled up to his nose, just enough showing to see he meant business. She swears it looked more like a robbery than some random beef. But the way it all played out, it had the vibe of something deeper. And remember, Monique's not from that area. She was only around Katt because of the tour. So this mess wasn't her making. They had just wrapped up the show, hit Walmart, stocked up on the basics, even grabbed those plain white tees for the next stop. All normal stuff until chaos came crashing through that unlocked door. This wasn't supposed to happen. A man who protected Katt through thick and thin, gone because of one reckless mistake. And Katt Williams himself ducking out before giving a statement. That's the part nobody can explain. And it's why the questions keep getting louder. Was it random or was it planned? The second that door creaked open, the shooter let the fire loose. Monique thought the man was about to spray the whole house down, but it wasn't random at all. He went straight for one person. If this had really been a robbery, he would have come in snatching things, grabbing jewelry, electronics, cash, something. But no, he aimed only at Katt Williams' security, and that's why people are calling this a straight-up setup. The man who pulled the trigger is already locked up, but that doesn't take away from the fact that this was a cold, calculated move.
He's laughing and joking, it's one of them things where though you see a person today and don't see him the next day.
He says Reggie has been touring with another well-known comedian, Katt Williams, and has recently been in the South Haven area.
He had moved down there with Katt, while they was on tour. So they was on tour together, so he had moved down there, to stay with him while they was on tour.
Several people have told WREG the person police have charged with Reggie's death, Reginald Williams, has at one point served as security for Katt. Reggie's friend believed everything was positive.
It's the type of people that you be around sometimes that bring negative energy. We talked like a few days, whatever, before his passing, and it was no indication to me that he was around no one like that.
He's hoping his family gets answers soon. For your news leader in South Haven, Shay Arthur, WREG News Channel 3.
Rest in peace to the security. This man had been on point from the start. Always protecting Katt, always holding it down. Drop an RIP Katt Williams security in the comments right now and hit that like button, because the way this played out was cruel and unexpected. Monique herself said the moment shots rang out, she dropped down, ran for cover toward the bathroom, but when she looked back, she saw the shooter locked in on that one target only. And here's the wild part. Nobody just walks into a packed house and fires at one person unless they know exactly who they came for. This wasn't random. This wasn't about money. This looked like business. Hit the like button if you believe this was a setup, because the pieces are starting to fit that way. Straight from Houston, Monique testified what she saw. The security lying on the floor, lifeless. She ran to him, tried to save him, but he wasn't responsive. The shooter didn't point the weapon at anyone else. He didn't even try to rob the place. He stormed in, hit his target, and ran out the same way he came in. That's not burglary, that's execution style. Monique even said they couldn't have been coming to steal nothing because they came in shooting at that one man. She's the key witness, and the police have her statement locked down. But what shook people even more was what happened afterward. Once the body was taken out, an eviction notice got slapped on the front door. Imagine that. A man just lost his life, and now the landlord's pushing them out, saying the house can't be lived in anymore because of all the noise, drama, and domestic disturbances tied to it. And get this, the whole place was in Katt Williams' name. It wasn't some random rental floating around, which makes people ask even louder, how did the shooter get in so easy? This was a brick bungalow, not some paper-thin shack. To get inside, you either had to have a key,
because without him, everything feels empty. That day in South Haven, Mississippi, my brother was taken from me, and my heart is completely shattered. There are no...
So Katt is making his statement. This is, some people, 3 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 53 minutes ago. This was just recently posted today. So Katt is making, he did make a statement. Okay, let's finish it up.
That day in South Haven, Mississippi, my brother was taken from me, and my heart is completely shattered. There are no words to describe this feeling. Reggie wasn't just a natural-born comedian. He was also an incredible writer, always giving his all to every tour and making every show better. Monique has said that working with him was unforgettable, and I completely agree. I don't know how to face days without him. The comedy world lost a genius, and I lost my brother. I truly believe his murder was not random. Thankfully, the perpetrator has been found, and the truth will soon come out. Touring with Reggie was one of the proudest experiences of my life. Rest in peace, Reggie, my brother.
or be let in by somebody on the inside. Nobody just rushes a house with multiple people inside without knowing the situation. Even the police confirmed 2 witnesses sitting out front saw the chaos unfold. So now, the question won't go away. Was this a tragic home invasion? Or was Katt's camp sitting on something bigger that they don't want to talk about? When the coroner finally spoke, the truth hit hard. Katt Williams' security was struck 6 times. 6 bullets in one man, and not a single other person at that house touched. That doesn't sound random at all. That sounds personal. The family wants answers. The fans want answers. Even the comedians want answers. Everyone's demanding to know what really went down inside that crib, because no way someone walks in one deep, unloads, and only aims at one person. So here's the $1 million question. Was this a targeted hit or a so-called home invasion? Because let's be real, a home invasion ends with stolen cash, jewelry, phones, something. You don't risk it all breaking into a house just to put down one person and then leave empty-handed. That's not burglary, that's execution. And this is why so many people are saying it straight. Katt's security should have never been taken out like this. And the whole story smells fishy. Now, here's where it gets even messier. The shooter who pulled the trigger, he had the same last name as Katt Williams. Let that sink in. Fans are already asking, was he related? A cousin, a nephew, some distant kin from another state? Or just a coincidence too wild to ignore? The streets are buzzing with theories and nobody's ruling anything out right now. One thing's for sure, the man didn't deserve this ending. He wasn't a problem starter. He wasn't beefing with Katt. He wasn't beefing with anybody. He was just doing his job. And while nobody's flat out saying Katt had anything to do with it, the question still hangs in the air. Who left that side door unlocked? That one careless detail turned a safe house into a trap. Hit that like button if you agree the door should have been locked from the start, because without that, none of this would have gone down. And let's not forget, This wasn't some dark alley at 3 a.m. This happened in broad daylight with the tour bus parked outside like a giant neon sign. You telling me someone just randomly pulled up with a mask on in daylight, knowing full well Katt and Monique were inside? No way. This wasn't luck. This was planned. Monique herself confirmed there was even a getaway car waiting outside. The shooter wasn't running blind. The moment he handled business, he jumped back in that ride and vanished like it was scripted. So was this really about money? Or was somebody sending a message straight to Katt's front door? The shooter didn't waste a second. After unloading, he stuffed the gun into his waistband, bolted straight out the side door, and dove into the waiting car. Just like that, he was gone. This wasn't sloppy. It was clean, quick, and clearly planned. And that's what makes this whole situation so tragic. Katt Williams' security was left lifeless while the killer slipped away in seconds. But here's where things get real interesting. Police already confirmed there were cameras, even Ring doorbells, catching the entire thing on tape. That means sooner or later, the footage will surface, and when it does, we'll finally know who opened that side door. Because everybody knows in those old brick bungalows with screen doors, you don't just push your way in. Somebody has to flip that little switch to unlock it. So who left it unlocked? Who made it that easy for the shooter to walk in? Now it's on the table. Was this just bad luck, or was this an inside job? Somebody had to let it slide for the door to be wide open. Fans are demanding answers. The family is demanding answers, and the internet is watching every move. So let me know in the comments. Do you think this was a setup? Smash that like button if you're rocking with Katt Williams security, and don't forget to subscribe, because this story is far from over.